In the early mornings of our ancient world, life stirs with the rising sun. In tropical rainforests, valleys, and desert oases, tribes begin their routines. Men sharpen their tools, women craft and prepare, and children learn through play. The environment, though diverse, shares a common rhythm, the pursuit of survival. Home is shaped by the land. In the forests, branches and clay create cool shelters. By rivers and springs, reeds and mud provide protection. In the hills, caves offer safety from predators. Across regions, these structures reflect the resilience and creativity of humanity. The hunt unites them. Spears and nets bring down prey in forests and deserts, while waters yield their bounty to those who dare to cast their nets. Every region offers sustenance, but only to those who work in harmony with nature. After the day's labors, joy ignites in the glow of firelight. Music, laughter, and dance connect them to one another and to the world around them. In celebration, they honor the life they fight to sustain. Trade bridges their worlds. Across mountains, rivers, and seas, tribes share goods, ideas, and stories. From the blonde-haired seafarers come vessels and tools. From the land dwellers, hides and food. Each exchange brings knowledge, fostering connections that defy distance. When nature tests them, they endure. Storms and floods may take what they have built, but the tribes rebuild stronger each time. In every trial lies renewal, and in every loss, a lesson for the future. Beneath trees and firelight, wisdom shapes their future. Councils deliberate on hunts, trades, and alliances. Each voice carries the weight of experience, for in unity lies the strength to face what lies ahead. Driven by hope, they journey forward. Across valleys, forests, and seas, they seek new lands, new opportunities. In their hands, they carry the tools of their survival. In their hearts, the unyielding spirit of humanity. Together they move toward the unknown, carrying with them the dream of a brighter future. These lands, now submerged beneath the Mediterranean's waters, were once home to one of humanity's most enigmatic civilizations. Their world now rests in silence, preserved in an underwater graveyard. The land of the fair-haired people was a paradise on Earth, and it would remain so until the Mediterranean claimed it beneath its waves. To these people, the Earth was not just a resource, but a sacred trust. Every harvest was seen as a gift from nature, a symbol of their bond with the land. This society had mastered the language of stone. Their architecture was more than shelter. It was a testament to their unity with nature. For these people, family and community were the cornerstones of life. Stories passed down their history, and their togetherness sowed hope for the future. Nature was their teacher and companion. The language of plants and stones was the guiding force of this civilization. The sky was their first guide. By watching the dance of the stars, they learned the flow of time and the secrets of direction. Art was the mirror of their soul. Every line told a story. Every symbol held meaning. The leaders of this society were not only strong but wise. Their guidance maintained harmony and order within the civilization. Necessity sparked creativity. Every material offered by nature was transformed into a new purpose in their hands. In this society, knowledge wasn't just an individual treasure. It was a shared legacy between generations. Each new symbol carried the essence of a discovery, a story, and wisdom. Wood and stone were the cornerstone of this civilization's engineering marvels. Mechanisms like watermills channeled the forces of nature to serve humanity's needs. By transforming nature's materials, These people made life easier. Beeswax and resin were used to create waterproof coatings and durable tools. The light of nature became a tool for science. Stone lenses and mirrors were used to bridge distances and magnify small details. Advanced storage methods ensured not just the preservation of food, but also the continuity of knowledge and life. Every container carried the promise of survival. Sound was more than a communication tool. It was a source of energy and movement. Acoustic waves gave a new voice to the language of nature. Biological processes were among their energy sources. Algae and plants served not only as food, but also as a means of energy generation. Crystals played a crucial role in storing and transmitting energy. The power of the sun was captured within these stones, ready to be used when needed. By understanding the speed and power of light, they built their own communication networks. Distances were no longer a barrier. This civilization mastered the art of genetic modification through natural methods. More resilient and productive species revolutionized both agriculture and livestock. Learning from nature, this society developed simple yet effective ways to control their environment. The dance of steam and water made living spaces more hospitable. The sky was not just a mystery to this civilization. It was a guide. Their rituals sought to understand the universe's order and live in harmony with it. They were open not only to their own community, but also to others around them. Trade became a bridge for exchanging goods, knowledge, and friendship. This civilization saw consciousness not just as an individual experience, but as a universal connection. Energy and awareness permeated every aspect of life. Oceans were not barriers, but horizons to be explored. Using nature's wind and currents, they expanded their world and discovered new lands. These monumental structures were not just architectural feats, but reflections of a shared dream. Every stone symbolized collective effort and unity. This civilization saw nature not as a resource, but as a partner. Every space they used was designed to be returned to the earth. The sky was an endless source of inspiration for their quest for discovery. By charting the stars, they sought to understand both the world and the cosmos. Understanding the flow of time played a vital role in shaping their lives. Every moment was lived in harmony with the cycles of nature. The traces of this civilization remind us of the forgotten wealth of the past. Yet this story opens the door to even more questions waiting to be explored. "74,000 years ago, Earth stood at the dawn of human evolution. The serene landscape of the Toba region in Sumatra was a thriving habitat, surrounded by lush forests and life-giving waters. But beneath this peaceful surface, an unimaginable force was brewing deep within the Earth's crust. For millions of years, the Toba magma chamber grew, pushing the Earth's crust to its limits. The increasing pressure foretold the impending catastrophe. The Toba region was a paradise of biodiversity, a cradle of life teeming with species uniquely adapted to this fertile environment. Nature sounded its warnings. Tremors shook the ground, steam hissed from fissures, and even the animals seemed to sense the great danger approaching. Then, it happened. In a single moment, Earth's crust could no longer contain the immense power beneath it. The Toba Supervolcano unleashed one of the most violent eruptions in history, forever altering the planet. A massive fire column erupts from the lake bed, spewing molten rock and ash tens of kilometers into the sky. The horizon darkens within moments as volcanic debris rains down. Toba's explosion tore apart 2,800 cubic kilometers of Earth, ejecting ash and molten rock high into the atmosphere. The sheer force of the eruption was unparalleled in human history. The eruption created a towering ash plume that circled the Earth, blocking sunlight and plunging the planet into darkness. In India, lake beds collected ash layers up to 3 meters thick, while a global average ash layer of 1 to 2 centimeters coated the Earth. Lava flows incinerated everything in their path. In mere hours, Toba's surroundings were transformed into a barren wasteland. The Toba eruption was not a localized disaster. It changed the world. For 6 to 10 years, Earth was shrouded in a volcanic winter, a trial of survival for every living being. Millions of tons of sulfur dioxide were released into the stratosphere, forming a barrier that blocked sunlight. Global temperatures plummeted, and darkness blanketed the Earth. In Greenland's ice cores, scientists found sulfur traces dating back 75,000 years. These layers reveal the magnitude of Toba's impact on Earth's atmosphere. Toba's ash blanketed regions far from its source, with evidence preserved in lake sediments across South Asia. The global reach of this eruption remains unmatched in scale. Toba Lake, formed in the aftermath of the eruption, is a natural wonder. It stands as both a monument to destruction and a symbol of renewal. Recent discoveries of volcanic glass, animal fossils, and stone tools near Toba show that life existed before, during, and after the eruption. These findings provide a window into a distant past forever altered by this event. "74,000 years ago, the Earth was cloaked in darkness as the Toba Supervolcano erupted, casting ash into the skies. The heavens turned gray, the sun faded, and humanity entered the longest winter in history. Gases and debris spread across the atmosphere, altering climates, silencing rivers, and killing animals and plants. Even the fertile lands of Central Africa could not escape this devastation. Tribes were scattered, starving and freezing. Each new day brought more destruction. Nature was no longer a nurturing mother, but an unforgiving adversary. Sheltering in caves, the few who survived turned on each other. The strong endured, the weak perished. Yet even in this darkness, the spark of humanity did not fully extinguish. A mother clutched her child tightly to keep them warm. A hunter shared the last morsel of food, ensuring the survival of his tribe. Those who survived this era were not only physically strong, but also spiritually resilient. This 6-year winter was humanity's ultimate test. Those who emerged from the ashes rebuilt themselves, carrying the memory of this catastrophe in their stories and myths. It was a lesson in the fragile balance with nature, one that would echo through time. "74,000 years ago, the Earth was plunged into darkness. The eruption of the Toba supervolcano sent ash and gases into the skies, blotting out the sun and bringing forth a 6-year-long winter. Life, once abundant, teetered on the edge of extinction. Yet along the Mediterranean coast, a civilization endured. Harnessing geothermal energy, they cultivated warmth in the cold and food in the barren. Their technology shielded them from the world's suffering. Beyond their walls, desperation reigned. The tribes, once trading partners and allies, now begged for help. But fear of disease and dwindling resources hardened the hearts of the isolated. The leaders decreed isolation. Their gates closed, their resources hoarded, their compassion extinguished. Survival became their only creed, no matter the cost. Not all agreed with this heartless decree. Some, moved by compassion, sought to aid those suffering, but their voices were drowned by fear and pragmatism. The tribes dwindled. Disease ravaged their camps. Famine turned brother against brother. Their pleas echoed against the fortified walls, but found no answer. Amidst the isolation, acts of defiance emerged. Small gestures of kindness, risky and forbidden, offered fleeting hope to the suffering. But kindness was punished, labeled as betrayal. The city turned inwards, forsaking not only their neighbors, but the essence of their humanity. One final plea rose from the ashes, a voice weathered by time, asking not for food, but for memory. "Remember us," he whispered, as the gates stood silent. The winter ended, but the scars remained. Those who survived rebuilt, their stories of betrayal and resilience shaping a new era. History would remember the city not for its strength, but for its silence.